Be on my... No, it's gonna be like 2 minutes as we're walking down. That's it.
Well, do you want some inspiration?
What? But from you?
Yeah.
You were the most like...
How to crack 100 days.
It's like, you know, coming up to the end of the quarter. I just feel like I've been kind of slacking off a little bit.
You've been slacking?
Yeah, a little bit. There's that, like, you know, there's not really much else gonna fall for now, and it's just like, it's like, oh, like taking a break. It's like, oh, it's halftime. I was watching Jared's thing, and it was this thing of, you know, it's not, like, not really. Like, that's not really how any of this works. It's never a thing of like, oh, like you split it in the quarters. It's just, I want to be on like all the time. It's like week 13 now, but it's also T-minus week 1. Man, yeah, just going like kind of what I was saying to Regan before about this thing of like me just, I feel like in the last couple of days I kind of like threw in the towel a little bit. And I was just like, end of this like arbitrary period or whatever, just kind of like phone it in and like take the foot off a little bit. When in reality it's kind of like a crappy way to like do things and think about your life. And so I had to like catch myself a little bit there, and you know, I really sort of do believe in in Jared's sort of belief in playing the long game, and you got to think about what you can sort of do day to day, into like in the context of years and decades rather than, you know, weeks and months. It's interesting because I think, especially in our line of work, it's when you do get caught up in this like game of like timelines and stuff, you can find yourself kind of doing things and forcing things and pushing things where you probably shouldn't. You know, with it coming off, if you have like a deadline that is in your interest to kind of work around, you can find yourself trying to like push people to work around it as well, when in reality those timelines are just there for you, and it shouldn't affect people in the way they do things. Like, you know, pushing, like for us, it's like pushing candidates to get tech tests done more like quicker, or like getting a client to like rush their process or whatever. Like when you work around these sort of arbitrary timelines, you start doing that kind of stuff when it's probably not the best way to go about doing things, and doesn't really get the best results. Yeah, I mean, obviously there is an element of like of time and speed. You do want to sort of make sure things don't take more time than they need to, but at the same time you also kind of want to make sure that things don't take less time than they should, you know, and that you don't rush things just for the sake of getting them done faster. Every once in a while I'll kind of like take a step back and be like, man, like I feel like I still don't know how to find like a good developer. I don't know what's good, or like I don't know how to deal with clients or this sort of stuff. And I like, part of that for me is I feel like I'm like legit the worst salesman in the world. I've zero persuasiveness about me in any of that, and which it seems kind of counterintuitive for what we do, but yeah, for me, like there's no element of sell, there's no element of that, like, you know, convincing, spinning things around, whatever. It's I talk to people and there's a problem in their life, or in their company, whatever, or there's something they're not happy about, or there's something they want to try, and then it's just my job to find them that. Someone who's not, you know, feels like they're missing something in their current job, and it's my job to find them somewhere else that will fill that gap. There's never any kind of convincing or subjectivity to it for me, you know, with what I do. A lot of the time it's as simple as 1 + 1, you know. Someone wants something, I find it to them, there's no reason why they would say no, there's no reason why they need convincing to say yes. It's just, it is what it is. And so I stand by what I said. Like, I think I'm a terrible salesman. I managed to get by with doing what I do because I find ways to put myself, I find ways to engineer situations where selling isn't a factor and it's not needed.